Hi, everyone. I'm Carol Moreland, and the course I'll be teaching is Japanese woodblock prints. Woodblock printing has been around a very long time, and maybe it's the oldest technology for making multiple copies, and is still very much in use today. It's a relatively simple process, but it yields a surprisingly wide variety of interesting and beautiful effects. Prints have been especially important in Japanese art. And since they're fun to look at and illuminating in terms of what they can tell us about Japanese culture at a particular moment, I think they're well worth spending some time with. This course will take a chronological approach. So we'll look first at the 18th and 19th centuries when printing was a commercial enterprise and had a major focus on the here and now. These prints are the ones called Ukiyo-e, and they'll probably be the most familiar. We're talking about Hokusai's views of Mount Fuji, Utamaro's beautiful women, and Hiroshige's landscapes. Next, we'll look at the Meiji period. This is the later 19th and early 20th centuries, and this is a time when Japan was struggling to be a modern nation. Prints of this era feature contemporary events, and those range from fierce military battles to lovely idyllic flower viewing gatherings, and they tend to have an agenda. So pictures of the emperor and empress in Western dress, for example, show the people how modern and fashionable this age-old venerable institution can be. The first half of the 20th century sees the rise of two very different movements in printmaking. One looks back to ukiyo-e and models itself on ukiyo-e, and it features images of an idealized traditional past. The other breaks with that tradition and engages with modern Western ideas. The emphasis of this movement on the print as a vehicle for personal expression anticipates trends in contemporary woodblock printing. And it's contemporary woodblock printing that will be the subject of our last class. This will be the fifth course I've taught for Encore Learning. Before moving back to Arlington, I've spent many years in Japan, initially as a student of the language and and a part-time English teacher, then as a graduate student doing research for a dissertation on Japanese art history, and finally as a foreign service spouse and university professor. It was actually woodblock prints that first got me interested in Japanese art. They were part of a course on Impressionism I took in college, and I did research on the ukiyo-e printmakers who influenced who influenced those painters, and that hooked me. I'll come to class with a PowerPoint and plenty of information, but what I look most forward to is discussion. Your questions, your comments, your thoughts, your agreements or disagreements. And I'm hoping that some of you will have experience in Japan that you can share, and maybe even your own prints to bring to class. So if you enjoy looking at art and would like to expand your knowledge of Japanese culture, past and present, I welcome you to join me this spring. I'm looking forward to sharing my passion for Japanese art with you. Thank you.